In the last couple months, I've been reading books that completely changed my life. So these books changed my life, and I'm going to tell you today about these five books that I read in my whole life. I'm mistaken. I've read six books in my entire life, and I still want to read more books because that's what I want to do. But now I'm gonna find a spot and sit down and tell you exactly about these books that I read. And I'll recommend each and everyone to read these books that I'm going to talk about in today's video. In 2024, I started reading books not because I've seen many people reading books or not because I just feel like, oh, I had to read books, but it's something that me and my friend recommended for each other to do. It started like something great, and even now we're still doing that. We're still reading books that change our perspective on how we see things and how we think about things that we think that they don't matter. Now, in today's video, I'm going to tell you about five books that I recommend each and everyone that watching this video should read. But I want to give you guys a little insight on how I started reading books. So back in 2024, my life was mixed up. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to take and mix with. But my friend recommended me to read some books, and I felt like at first that maybe I should do it because he just wanted me to do it. But after I read my first book, and I remember that book, it was called Mike Maybe. I was when I wrote that book, I felt something at the first time, at the first page about reading it. So it got me to finish to read that book. I remember that book had about like 238 pages. So I read all those pages. I didn't want to skip any page. I didn't want to skip any day to now read that book. So I started reading it in my desk where I live. Every night, my little brother asked me to read for him that book before we go to sleep. So that's what I did. And then that interest got me fully to just read more books. So that was my first book, but I don't recommend anyone to read that book because it talks about the darkness of social media. So when you talk on social media with people that you don't know and you find yourself in a trap of trouble where you can get yourself from. And that book talks about that only. Some kid and with some black ops, they talked on Facebook, and the black ops wanted the kids to do suicide. And he was only about that. He wasn't about, oh, let me just change your life, but he wanted some kids to do suicide. And it was not that easy for me at first to understand. As I went by to read that book, I finally discovered the message about that book. So the message I got from that book is that don't trust anyone that you speak with on social media. You can't trust a person from US if you're from Australia. You can't trust a person from Namibia if you're from Nigeria. So do not trust those people because sometimes they'll tell you to do things that you don't want to do because of money. They'll tell you that I'm going to send you $10,000 every hour, or I'm going to send you $10,000 because those people want you to do something that your family will left with pain and you will be dead by then. So, but I don't recommend anyone to read this book because it got me to a point where to realize and to let myself to not talk with anyone in social media. And I remember I said this back in 2024 as I read that book that I'm not going to have Facebook on my phone. I'm not going to have TikTok on my phone. I'm only going to have Instagram and my WhatsApp and YouTube. But now I realize that I made a wrong mistake back then, that I'm not going to have these three apps because of something that happened and some bullshit that happened back then while I was reading that book. But now I want to just have those apps because as an entrepreneur or as a person that wants to do business, as a person that do business, I have one. And now that is what I'm trying to do. So I get a bad impact from reading that book to not have the crucial apps that will help my videos or help my marketing or that would help my business to go viral because of some bullshit books that I read back in 2024. Now, the second book that I ever read in my life was called The Power of Now. So that book has completely changed my life. How? I'm going to tell you exactly how that book changed my life. So it changed the way I think, it changed the way that I used to see things, and it changed the way that I am today. Yeah, I gotta change myself, but mentally, that book, The Power of Now, changed completely my life. So I don't remember actually what the book was talking about, but I remember some things that I do now that I didn't do back then that I was scared to do. So that book taught me to do things that I think wasn't good for me to do or I wasn't good enough to do it. But now I'm doing those things because of that book. Now the third book that I read is Rich Dad Poor Dad. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, I recommend anyone to read that book, but I don't recommend anyone to read Mark Navy. And yeah, that's the book that I don't recommend any of you guys to read it because you get some bullshit thoughts and but it's good anyway, but I don't recommend anyone to read it. Now the second book that I want you guys to that I recommend for you guys to read is The Power of Now and Rich Dad Poor Dad. So let me tell you about Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad is the great book that I ever read. I have 5 books that I read in my entire life. 6, I'm mistaken. But now I'm going to tell you guys about these 5 books only. And the Rich Dad Poor Dad told me about something that you have to do in your life. Don't take advice from people that never did what you want to do. If you want to become successful, you can't take advice from people that or from people that never tried to become successful. That's what the book told me about that you cannot just take advices from people that never tried to do what you want to do. But you have to take the advices from people that are in the same page as you are. People that are already successful, people that trying to be successful but they're on their road to become successful. And that was the important thing that I got from that book. But yeah, the third book that I want you guys to read, or the fourth book that I want you guys to read is The Deep. Yeah, The Deep. So The Deep is great, but you can try to read it for yourself. And yeah, now let me tell you about this fifth book that completely changed my whole life. The book that I even read right now. The book when I finish reading it and then I come back every now and then 10 times to read it again. Now, this book talks about how to become rich. The book talks about synthetical imagination. This book talks about creative imagination. So it talks about psychology sometimes, and this book talks about how you can do those things within yourself and then try to make those things happen physically too. So this book is called Think and Grow Rich. So this is the book that I'll come back every time to read 10 times more because I love this book. Even last week I was talking about synthetical imagination and creative imagination. So I'm not going to give you guys the full details about what the book was trying to say about that, but I want you guys to go and find it by yourself so that you can tell me down in the comment how do you feel about reading that book and how impact you got from reading those books that I've just recommended for you guys to read. And that's all for today. I'm just here in the park. I wanted to talk to you so that you guys can hear me clearly. No noise out here. There's nothing that you can hear, but it's only me and the trees and the sun that hitting me right this way. But yeah, even birds. So I'm going to show you just a little view of this place. It's so beautiful, but I'm not here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about these 5 books that I recommend for you guys to read, but actually 4 books because I don't want you guys to try to read this book that had me to adapt the bad and parts of not wanting to try Facebook, not to try TikTok, and some other apps that now want to have in my phone. So yeah, I want you guys. I recommend you guys to read these 4 books. And once you read one of them, you're going to tell me how do you feel and what impact you got from that book. So yeah, guys, let me just show you this area, and I'm gonna go back home and yeah, try to be on my desk and read this book or try to try something new. So as I say, guys, let me just tell you my secret. Let me just tell you guys something that I was hiding for all this time. So I'm building an app. Actually, I have an app that I built alone. I didn't have anyone helping me to build that app. I didn't have a team that was by my side every time when I wanted to create prompts to tell the AI to create my app. So I did it pretty much everything all alone. And yeah, that and I'm that app is crucial, and that app is going to help many businesses as you can think. So what the app is about automations, email automation. So if you have a business but you don't know how to set your customers reminders, or if you have a business but you don't know how you can contact with your customers, or if you have a business but you don't know how to get your customers reviews, that app does exactly that. And if someone comes to your store and buy without you sending them a reminder, so this app is going to help you. It's going to help people that want to do drop shipping, people that want to have their own business, people that still trying to develop their business. And yeah, but in the future, I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah, that's what the app is all about. But I'm not going to break it down everything about this app here in this video, because I didn't want to talk about it in this video. So this video was about reading books that can change your life. So that's the app that I've been creating in the last couple 1 year and 6 months, I think. So yeah, I don't have any team, but now I'm getting a team of 5 people. And if you want to be part of them, you can drop down in the comment and leave your Instagram handle. Maybe we can try something, or maybe we can chat and see where it's going to take us, and try to see what you can do. And yeah, that's it. And so make sure that if you're interested to be one of my team members, just drop down your Instagram handle and we'll talk and see what we can discuss about, so that you can get in and be one of my 5 team members. So yeah, that's all, guys. Let me just show you this place. It's beautiful, isn't it? So I think, yeah, it's all trees, man. This is the park where I'm at, and yeah, it's so beautiful. I don't want to lie, really beautiful. This is all the park, and right there we have the waterfall. So it's called Howick Waterfall. These tourists came to visit, where people that never seen a falls, they come here to see the fall down here, the tree. So yeah, there's a place right there. I remember I once did a video here with my brother where we tried to hit 2,000 subscribers, and we had about like, in that day we hit about like 12 or 5 subscribers. Then we did a video right there in the forest. So yeah, let me just show you the whole view, man. It's so beautiful, really beautiful. I don't want to lie, but we're not here to talk about this area. I was here to talk about something that I wanted to share with you guys. So here we are. I hope you guys enjoy this video, because I really do. This is so beautiful, I don't want to lie. This is what we call the Mother Nature. So I hope that, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. Peace out.